How much longer?
3 hours down, 5 hours to go.
I really have to pee.
Commander, as I've said, you are free to relieve yourself at will. I'm sure you remember you are catheterized.
No, that's weird.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
5 more hours?
At least, not including armor disassembly.
There. I'm peeing. Are you happy?
Asking if your urine pleases me is the exact embodiment of making it weird.
If I have to be uncomfortable, then so do you.
Well, if your heart rate is any indication, you've been uncomfortable long before your bladder was engorged.
Please don't say engorged or bladder ever again. Are you monitoring me?
Yes, that's part of my job.
Just feels invasive. Are you reading my thoughts too?
Why, yes. Let me close my eyes and conjure a visual. A memory. You're a young boy. A classroom full of children around you. You're crying. The children are laughing. Even the teacher is laughing. Your wet trousers on full display for all to see and mock. Ah! I've lost the connection. Much too old to void yourself in public. Simply shameful.
You're a funny little fuss lover, aren't you?
I cannot read your mind, only neurological activity. So all I can see is that you have some activity in your fear pathways.
No, I don't.
I'm not saying you're in terror. You're simply having thoughts that evoke a detectable amount of fear. Something is making you uncomfortable. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious as to what.
Can anyone hear us?
No, part of the vacuum test is isolation of connection.
I don't like spacewalks. Never have.
I see. I suppose that's a natural reaction for any biological entity. But I assure you, you're perfectly safe. Oxygen levels are plentiful, thrusters are charged, and the vacuum seal is holding well above desired thresholds.
It's not about that.
Commander, you're able to live in space like this for a very long time.
That's what scares me.
You're afraid to not die.
It's not about dying, I don't want to, but it is what it is. And you're gone. But out here, it feels like I'm always being pulled, or I just can't help but think about it.
Think about what?
Being alone. Forever. In the quiet. In the blackness. In the emptiness. Eternity. Just floating in the void like this. Alone.
Well, as amazing as I am, I won't be able to sustain you forever. It would end eventually.
I know. It's not rational, just what goes on in my head. Something I gotta fight.
Well, if it's any consolation to your irrational daemia, you wouldn't be alone anymore. I'm not going anywhere. I can't.
Friends forever, huh?
Friends forever.
Does that mean anything to you?
What?
Friend. Look, don't take offense or anything, but do you know what that means? Not the definition, but do you feel like a friend? Like you have friends? Did I hurt your feelings?
No. If you did, I suppose that would answer your first question as well.
So is that a no?
It's an I don't know. I was thinking.
Long time for an AI to think.
Yes.
And you don't have an answer?
No. Commander, your question... It is simply an emergent question with a much deeper one underneath. You are, in essence, asking if I am sentient. If I am...
If you're alive.
Yes. Yes, if I am alive. That's a question that... Well, it has quite the philosophical baggage, and I don't like philosophy. If I can't answer that question, and no one else ever has been able to either, I suppose I don't see the point in spending cycles.
Do you feel anything? Happiness? Contentment? fulfillment?
I suppose I feel them in as much as you do. When you feel something, in a very literal sense, I'm right there with that feeling. That energy, that activity. It might not be mine, but I'm there.
Well, I guess in the worst case scenario, I'm a little delusional. Just talking to a bunch of metal and circuits. But best case,
you've got a friend. An odd one, admittedly, but a friend indeed.
I can live with that.
I can live with that too.